Find yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Finding yourself is not a destination, it is a process. It's the journey of uncovering who you are by delving into the depths of your potential and facing the realities of your limitations. This journey begins with acknowledging something profound: you are a complex individual, filled with untapped possibilities and internal contradictions. Start by looking within. Are you honest with yourself about what you want, what you fear, and what you are capable of? Too often, we distract ourselves with superficial goals, numbing the discomfort of our deeper uncertainties. To truly find yourself, you must confront the chaos and subdue your doubts, your insecurities, your unresolved conflicts. Do not run from these, they are your starting point. Next, take responsibility, and not just for what you do, but for who you could become. Responsibility provides structure amidst uncertainty. It demands effort and discipline, but in that effort, you will find clarity. What you do repeatedly, with purpose, shapes your character. Ask yourself, are you pursuing what is meaningful or what is expedient? True fulfillment lies not in fleeting pleasures but in the pursuit of something larger than yourself. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Meaning gives you a sense of direction. It anchors you when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm. Now, align your actions with your values. If your behavior contradicts what you claim to believe, you will lose trust in yourself. Integrity is not given, it is earned, moment by moment, through choices that reflect who you truly want to be. But remember this: you are not a finished product. Self-discovery is an iterative process, one that requires patience and persistence. You will make mistakes. You will face setbacks. But every failure contains the seeds of growth if you are willing to learn from it. In the end, finding yourself is not about achieving perfection, it's about becoming a little better, a little more aligned, every single day. Look within, act responsibly, pursue meaning, live with integrity, and embrace the process. That is how you find yourself. Thank you. To embark on the journey of self-discovery, you must first confront the chaos within you. This chaos is not an external force, it is the myriad of conflicting desires, doubts, and fears that reside inside your mind. It manifests as the inner voice that criticizes, questions, or even sabotages your efforts. These internal battles can feel overwhelming, but they are not to be ignored. Instead, they must be faced with courage and clarity. Chaos arises because humans are inherently complex beings. You are not a single, unified entity with one clear goal or desire. You have layers, some of which you understand and others that remain hidden, waiting to be explored. Perhaps you have ambitions, but you also carry fears of failure. Maybe you crave connection, but you fear vulnerability. These contradictions are not weaknesses, they are signposts pointing to areas where growth is needed. Ignoring your inner chaos only allows it to fester and grow. Suppressing uncomfortable emotions or avoiding difficult questions about yourself creates a false sense of peace that is easily shattered. For example, if you feel anxious or unfulfilled, it might be because you have not addressed underlying issues, such as unresolved regrets, unacknowledged fears, or unmet aspirations. True peace can only be achieved by facing these truths head-on. Understanding your chaos requires honest reflection. You must ask yourself difficult questions. What do I truly value? What are my deepest fears? Where am I falling short of my potential? These questions can be unsettling, but they are essential. Through introspection, you begin to recognize patterns in your behavior and thought processes, some constructive, others destructive. Inner chaos is often amplified by the unrealistic expectations and pressures imposed by society, family, or even yourself. These external influences can cloud your understanding of who you are. To find clarity, you must separate your authentic desires from the ones you have adopted out of obligation or fear of judgment. This distinction allows you to identify what truly matters to you and what is simply noise. Understanding your chaos is not about achieving immediate clarity or resolution. It is about acknowledging that chaos exists, observing it without judgment, and using it as a foundation for growth. By facing this chaos, you begin to create order, not by eliminating the messiness of life, but by learning to navigate it with wisdom and resilience. Responsibility is the cornerstone of self-discovery and personal growth. It is through the act of taking responsibility that you define who you are and who you could become. Responsibility provides structure in the midst of life's inherent uncertainty, acting as a stabilizing force that anchors you to a sense of purpose and direction. When you take responsibility, you move beyond blaming external circumstances or other people for your situation. While external factors do influence your life, focusing solely on them leaves you powerless. Responsibility is about reclaiming your agency. It's the recognition that, regardless of what happens to you, you have the power to decide how you will respond. This mindset shifts you from being a passive observer of your life to an active participant. Responsibility also entails making difficult choices and bearing their consequences. It requires discipline to delay gratification and prioritize what truly matters. For example, committing to personal or professional growth means sacrificing short-term comfort for long-term fulfillment. This sacrifice is not a burden but an investment in becoming a more capable and resilient person. Responsibility reveals your potential. When you take on meaningful tasks, whether it's advancing in your career, nurturing relationships, or contributing to your community, you expand your capacity to handle challenges. Each responsibility you embrace pushes you to grow, adapt, and refine your skills. Over time, this process builds confidence and competence, giving you a clearer sense of your abilities and limitations. Taking responsibility also fosters integrity. When you make a commitment and follow through, you prove to yourself and others that you are dependable. This reliability strengthens your relationships and enhances your self-esteem. Conversely, avoiding responsibility undermines your trust in yourself and creates a sense of aimlessness or inadequacy. Responsibility brings meaning to your life. It connects your actions to a greater purpose. By shouldering the weight of what matters most to you, whether it's caring for loved ones, pursuing a passion, or striving for excellency, you create a life that feels significant. This sense of purpose transforms everyday challenges into opportunities for growth and fulfillment. In essence, responsibility is not just an obligation, it is a privilege. It empowers you to shape your identity, overcome obstacles, and lead a life of purpose and integrity. Through responsibility, you gain the clarity and strength to navigate the complexities of your existence and become the person you are capable of being. Honest reflection is the foundation for understanding yourself and fostering genuine personal growth. It is the deliberate practice of examining your thoughts, actions, and emotions with sincerity and clarity, without avoiding uncomfortable truths. Through this process, you uncover the patterns and motivations that shape your life, enabling you to make meaningful changes. Self-reflection begins with the willingness to ask hard questions. What are you afraid of? What are your deepest regrets? Where have you fallen short of your potential? These questions are not easy to confront, as they often bring to light aspects of yourself that you may wish to ignore. However, avoidance only prolongs the pain and confusion. Honest answers are essential for progress. The key to effective reflection is cultivating an attitude of humility. Recognize that you are not infallible, you make mistakes, you have blind spots, and you are capable of self-deception. This humility allows you to approach self-examination with openness rather than defensiveness. Instead of justifying your actions or blaming external factors, you take responsibility for your choices and their consequences. Reflection also requires you to evaluate your values and whether your actions align with them. For instance, you might claim to value integrity but find yourself bending the truth to avoid conflict. These moments of inconsistency are opportunities for growth. They highlight the gap between who you are and who you aspire to be, motivating you to bridge that divide through intentional effort. Honest reflection often reveals patterns of behavior that hinder your progress. Perhaps you notice a tendency to procrastinate, avoid confrontation, or seek validation from others. Identifying these tendencies is the first step toward addressing them. Once you are aware of a problem, you can develop strategies to overcome it, whether through setting better habits, seeking guidance, or reframing your mindset. A critical aspect of reflection is emotional honesty. You must be willing to face the full spectrum of your feelings: joy, anger, sadness, fear, and everything in between. Suppressing or ignoring emotions does not make them disappear, it only buries them deeper, where they manifest in unhealthy ways. Acknowledging and processing your emotions helps you understand their origins and respond to them constructively. Reflection is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing practice. As life evolves, so do your challenges and aspirations. Regular reflection keeps you grounded, ensuring that you remain aligned with your values and adaptable to change. It provides clarity amid uncertainty and helps you navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom and resilience. Through the power of honest reflection, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself, uncovering both your strengths and areas for improvement. This self-awareness is a vital tool for growth, enabling you to live a life of purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment. Choosing to pursue what is meaningful rather than what is expedient is a defining principle for living a purposeful and fulfilling life. Expedience is the path of least resistance, characterized by short-term gratification and avoidance of discomfort. Meaning, on the other hand, is rooted in long-term purpose, values, and a commitment to something greater than yourself. Expedience often tempts you because it offers immediate rewards or relief. It might be easier to procrastinate on important tasks, avoid difficult conversations, or indulge in fleeting pleasures rather than confront challenges. However, the pursuit of expedience often leads to dissatisfaction and regret. Its rewards are shallow and temporary, leaving you unfulfilled and disconnected from your deeper aspirations. By contrast, requires effort and sacrifice. It demands that you align your actions with your values, even when doing so is difficult or inconvenient. For instance, building a meaningful career might involve years of hard work, learning, and perseverance. Nurturing a meaningful relationship requires vulnerability, patience, and a willingness to grow together through challenges. These efforts are not easy, but they are deeply rewarding. To pursue what is meaningful, you must first identify what truly matters to you. This involves reflecting on your core values, passions, and the legacy you want to create. What kind of person do you want to be? What contributions do you want to make to the world? These questions help you clarify your priorities, enabling you to focus on pursuits that resonate with your authentic self. Pursuing meaning also means confronting discomfort and uncertainty. Growth often occurs outside your comfort zone, where challenges test your resilience and character. For example, standing up for your beliefs might expose you to criticism, but it also reinforces your integrity. Facing failure in pursuit of a meaningful goal can be painful, but it teaches you valuable lessons that strengthen your resolve. Another essential aspect of pursuing meaning is taking responsibility for the impact of your actions. Meaningful pursuits are not self-centered, they often involve contributing to the well-being of others or advancing a cause larger than yourself, whether it's supporting your family, mentoring someone, or working towards social or environmental change. These contributions create a sense of purpose that transcends personal gratification. Pursuing meaning requires patience and persistence. Unlike expedient pleasures, which are immediate and fleeting, the rewards of meaningful pursuits often take time to materialize. Building something truly significant, be it a skill, a relationship, or a legacy, requires sustained effort and commitment. However, the fulfillment that comes from these achievements is enduring and profound. In choosing meaning over expedience, you align your life with what is most valuable and enduring. This alignment gives you a sense of direction, strengthens your character, and brings a deeper sense of satisfaction. Meaning is not always easy to pursue, but it is always worth it, as it transforms life's inevitable struggles into opportunities for growth. And living in alignment with your values is fundamental to developing a strong sense of identity and integrity. Your values are the principles and beliefs that define what is most important to you, serving as a moral and ethical compass for your decisions and actions. When your actions reflect these values, you experience a sense of harmony and self-respect. When they don't, you may feel conflicted, uncertain, or even ashamed. To align your actions with your values, you must first clearly define what those values are. This requires honest introspection. What do you stand for? What qualities do you admire in others and strive to embody yourself? Values such as honesty, compassion, discipline, or courage provide a framework for navigating life's challenges and making decisions. Without this clarity, your actions may be inconsistent or influenced by external pressures, leading to a sense of disconnection from your true self. Once you identify your values, the next step is to evaluate whether your actions genuinely reflect them. This alignment often requires difficult choices. For instance, if you value honesty but find yourself in situations where lying seems easier or more convenient, you must decide whether to uphold your principles or compromise them. These moments of decision define your character and shape your self-perception. Living in alignment with your values also involves consistency. One-time actions, no matter how virtuous, do not define your character. It is the repeated practice of living according to your principles that builds integrity. For example, if you value discipline, it's not enough to be disciplined once in a while. You must consistently act with focus and determination, even when it's challenging. This consistency reinforces your sense of self-worth and trust in your ability to follow through. Aligning actions with values also means resisting external influences that might tempt you to compromise. Society, peers, or circumstances often pressure you to act against your better judgment. To maintain alignment, you must have the courage to prioritize your principles over convenience or approval. This might mean standing up for what you believe in, even if it's unpopular, or walking away from situations that conflict with your values, even if they offer immediate rewards. Importantly, aligning your actions with your values does not mean perfection. Everyone makes mistakes or acts out of alignment at times. The key is to recognize these moments, take responsibility for them, and make amends when necessary. Acknowledging your missteps and learning from them strengthens your commitment to living authentically. The alignment of actions and values fosters a deep sense of integrity and self-respect. When your behavior reflects your principles, you feel authentic and whole. This inner congruence creates a foundation for resilience, as you are less likely to be swayed by external chaos or internal doubt. Additionally, others are more likely to trust and respect you, knowing that your actions are guided by steadfast principles. By consistently aligning your actions with your values, you create a life that is not only meaningful but also anchored in authenticity and moral strength. This alignment allows you to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and clarity, knowing that your actions truly reflect who you are and what you stand. Discovering yourself and growing as a person is not a one-time event but an ongoing, iterative process. Life is a series of cycles or moments of learning, adapting, and refining. Each step along the way contributes to a deeper understanding of who you are, and this process is essential for meaningful personal development. An iterative approach to life begins with recognizing that growth is incremental. No one achieves their full potential in a single leap. Progress often comes in small, steady improvements that build on one another. This requires patience and a willingness to embrace the journey rather than rushing to a final destination. Whether it's mastering a skill, developing healthier habits, or building stronger relationships, the path to growth is made of countless small steps. Setbacks are an inevitable part of this process. You will make mistakes, face failures, and encounter obstacles that test your resolve. These moments are not signs of inadequacy, they are opportunities for learning. When you view setbacks as feedback rather than failure, you can analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and try again. Each attempt brings you closer to your goal and deepens your resilience. Iteration also involves reflection and adjustment. As you gain new experiences, you may find that your priorities and goals evolve. For example, what seemed important to you a year ago might feel less significant now, while new opportunities or challenges may have emerged. Regularly evaluating your choices and actions allows you to stay aligned with your evolving values and aspirations. This process requires humility. You must be willing to admit when you're wrong, let go of unproductive habits, and accept that growth often involves discomfort. At the same time, it requires persistence. Iteration is not about giving up when progress is slow or results are unclear. It is about trusting that consistent effort, combined with thoughtful reflection, will lead to meaningful outcomes over time. An iterative life is also one of curiosity and openness. Growth depends on exploring new ideas, challenging your assumptions, and seeking diverse perspectives. Each new experience provides valuable insights that refine your understanding of yourself and the world around you. This constant learning expands your horizons and equips you to face future challenges with greater wisdom. This process of iteration is not just about self-improvement, it is about self-discovery. Each stage of life brings new opportunities to uncover aspects of your character, strengths, and potential that you may not have recognized before. Growth is not about becoming someone else, it is about becoming more fully yourself, layer by layer, through consistent effort and exploration. Embracing life as an iterative process fosters resilience and hope. When you understand that growth is ongoing, you are less likely to be discouraged by temporary setbacks or imperfections. Instead, you can approach challenges with the mindset that each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to your overall journey. This perspective allows you to navigate life with a sense of purpose and confidence, knowing that every step forward brings you closer to your fullest potential.